Uh, well, hello again. Um, so as I said, this presentation will be about wireless features, uh, wireless devices. So my name is Pauls. I work in MikroTik support. This presentation will be split in three parts. The first will be about the router board WAP and how you can use it. Then we will take a look at some useful features in routers. And the last one will be about wireless repeater package. It's the latest wireless package developed by MikroTik. So this is how it looks. The router board WAP comes in a very nice design case. It's possible to get the black edition if you have some black walls, black design, or you can also choose a white version. So specification of this board, it has a high power CPU, 650 megahertz. The RAM size is 64 megabytes. The flash, it's the place where router's package is installed, and you can also install some additional package there or just keep files. It has wireless 802.11 BGN dual chain. Antenna gain is 2 dBi. It has 100 megabits per second Ethernet port, and there's a very wide range of voltage input support. Power consumption is pretty low for watts, and it can withstand very wide ranges of temperatures. And dimensions of this device is quite small. So as a features, it has a 2-chain wireless radio. You can power it from the DC jack or PoE or even both. It supports a very wide range of power input, so use almost any power supply. This board supports 802.3 AFAT PoE standard, so you can use some smart switch or just a regular PoE injector, passive PoE injector. So the power consumption is low. Very wide range of operating temperatures, and since it's waterproof, you can use it indoors and outdoors. There is a nice feature that you can actually drill the hole in this case and mount it on the wall, so there won't be seen any wires. You will see just a nice little router somewhere on the wall or on the ceiling, and there's everything included to be mounted. So you can also attach it to the wall. All you have to do is just drill the 2 holes, screw the metal plate, and attach your WAP board. So it's easy and fast. There's also recently came out the new version with dual band wireless. This WAP AC version has improved CPU. It's more powerful. RAM and flash size will be the same, but the main difference is that you can use both wirelesses simultaneously. So for part clients can use 2 GHz, and others can use 5 GHz. So there's also AC standard. The antenna gain is the same. This version has has gigabit Ethernet, a little more power consumption because of two wirelesses, voltage input the same, and operating temperatures are similar, just a little bit lower, 50 degrees you can use and there won't be a problems. And dimensions are also the same. So that was a little introduction about this WAP board. So let's take a look at some wireless features. So first of all, in some countries there are strict limitations of what frequencies can you use. So that's why you can actually there's a feature that you can choose regulatory domain. Choose Lebanon, for example, and you can be sure that you won't your router won't use the disallowed frequencies. You can also set manual TX power. The frequency limitations will stay, but you will be able to manually set the maximum transmit power. Or also you can choose the super channel mode, and this will allow you to use all the wireless frequencies which is supported by the wireless chip. And also there's a chance to request special locket packages. For example, if you are allowed to use only devices who are not able to be set to some specific frequencies, you can request MikroTik that we made such package. For example, exclude 5.8 frequency and allow only 5.2 to 5.7, for example. That's possible. So okay, if you want to choose the right wireless device for you, the best thing would be to understand with what antenna you should choose. For example, point-to-point devices uses directional antenna to send a very narrow beam of wireless. Point-to-multipoint devices are a little different. They use wider beam width to allow clients from multiple places. So, and there are sector antennas which uses semi-directional antennas to cover some specific range, or you can choose just regular omni antennas to cover 360 degrees around your wireless device. So here you can see directional antenna pattern. As you can see from both sides, vertical and horizontal, the beam width is very small, focused, and this will allow you to create high quality point-to-point links because the beam is focused. This will give you a higher antenna gain. Also the distance will be much more longer, and also the interference will have much less effect on your device. So if you need that type of device, MikroTik provides for example point-to-point devices Dynadish, LHG, SXT, QRT, and Sextant. And of course, so you are able to get only antenna. There's MANT, called antenna, and it uses parabolic dish. So and you can use this antenna with NetMetal, Basebox, Netbox, or any other RP SMA connector device. So we have a lot of requests from clients, for example, how far the distance can be used for specific devices. That's why we made this distance page, where you can see the maximum distance with highest data rate, or also just a regular distance. What could be what can you get with these devices? Sector antenna. This is used for point to multi-point links. As you can see, the radiation pattern is a little bit different. The vertical will be also very narrow, but the horizontal will be much bigger compared to point-to-point devices. And usually there's from 90 degrees to 120 degrees wide beam width. So with this type of antenna, you can cover much more larger area, allow multiple clients to connect, and also the interference will be much more less compared to like Omni antenna. There's possible point to multipoint devices that uses sector antenna is A6T, SA, which means sector antenna 5, sector antenna 5 with AC wireless standard, and also our latest sector antenna, it's Mountbox 15 and 19. And these numbers 15 and 19 means the dBi. Also, you can get only antenna if you need, and can be connected with NetMetal, Basebox, Netbox, or any other compatible device. Also, there's a distance page made especially for sector antenna. So you can find this this image in our web page, also in the brochure. So this will allow you to choose right device much more easily. And the last one, there's Omni antenna, which covers which creates horizontal beam 360 degrees around your antenna. So with this type of antenna, you can receive and transmit signals to all directions. This type of antenna does not require to be pointed. You can just place it and it will cover all area. And of course, these antennas are designed to allow multiple clients. And some industrial devices MikroTik provides is Rotorboard Groove, Rotorboard Metal, or Omnitic. And also all home office wireless devices uses this type of antenna. Also today many clients asked about wireless modes. Here you can see station modes. At the top there's a regular station mode which creates a layer 2 connection from the antenna to access point, but your Ethernet subnet will be different. You can directly communicate from your Ethernet to over the wireless. That's why there's another mode. It's called Station Bridge, who allows you to create a bridge and add the Ethernet and the wireless interface in the same bridge. This means that you can directly communicate from one subnet over the wireless to the other side. So this will create one big layer 2 network. And also there is a station VDS mode, which is designed to create larger layer 2 networks using multiple wireless devices. So all these connected devices will work in a same layer 2 network. There's also different access point modes. For example, bridge. This is mode for point-to-point links, and the bridge mode limit you to connect only one client. If you want to connect multiple clients, you have to choose the access point bridge, and there won't be this kind of limitation. And of course, VDS mode to also create larger layer 2 networks. So in routers, there's difference between those modes. To make an access point, you have device with level 4 license, but the bridge mode you can simply make from level 3 license. And the station mode also will work from level 3 license. And there are also some other modes, but these are more specific ones, so these are not listed here, but you can find in our interface wireless manual page. So if you want to create your router to work as station, you should first configure the wireless settings, manually type these settings, and also you should, if necessary, configure the security settings. But there's much more easy way how you can do this. You can use the wireless scan feature. So you can find this wireless scan under interface wireless. There's the scanner button, and you simply choose the wireless interface, search and connect, and all the configuration will be set automatically. If you want to create the access point and don't want to use, for example, default configuration, the fastest way would be to use QuickSet. So with QuickSet there are multiple modes. For example, you can choose home access point, and all necessary settings will be listed. So you can just change, for example, SSID, frequency, and so on. You can also choose different modes like CPE for if you want to use your wireless as client, or you can create point-to-point bridge. So if you want to create some good quality wireless link, it's very important to know what frequencies are used around your wireless device. So the best thing to do would be to scan all the frequencies around your wireless device, and you can do this easily from interface wireless. There's a frequency usage button. Also choose the wireless interface you want to scan, and there will be listed which frequencies are more used and not so used. Also, there is the same option from command line. The first at the back is interface wireless spectral scan, which will show you the current frequency usage. Or you also can choose interface wireless spectral history, which will show you what was happened in wireless, for example, some time ago. It will constantly update the wireless usage. If you have multiple wireless devices, there's a best way how to manage them would be to use the DUD, and also you can scan wirelesses from the DUD. All you have to do is simply choose the wireless device you want to check, choose tools and spectral scan, and there will be listed all the free and used frequencies. So why does it matter so much? For example, here you can see in previous picture that there are like unused frequencies, and if you compare the link quality, it will be much more better if you choose some non-saturated wireless frequency. So this will give you higher throughput, higher CCQ, and the link quality will be better. If you want to test, for example, the actual throughput, the speed of your wireless connection, there's a very fast way how you can do this. We have a tool called the bandwidth test. So all you have to do is just log in to your wireless device, type the IP address of the second device, and you can choose the UDP, TCP protocol type, and it will show you the actual throughput of this device. If you want some bigger inspection, you can choose wireless snooper. So this will also check the frequencies and also show you the devices what's around. You will see the MAC address, the SSID. You can even see how much traffic is being transmitted over these devices. More deep inspection can be done with wireless sniffer. It works similar like IP sniffer, but the difference is that the wireless sniffer will capture all devices, all the packets that's being transmitted over the air. So there's also a chance to do this. Okay, that's it about the wireless features. The MikTeK recently made a new wireless package. It's called Wireless Repeater. It was implemented in 6.35 routers, so you can just download it as additional package and install to your wireless device. This package will include such features like repeater setup, background scan, virtual wireless interfaces, wireless protected setup as a client. There's also new wireless features, much more easy way how to set scan list, station roaming for routers, and new band, and also some Capsman features. So wireless repeater, what it is and what it does. The wireless repeater is a feature that you can use one physical wireless interface to actually create multiple these connections. So you can configure, for example, your one interface as a client, and configure the same interface as access point. Also, it's possible to set it as a repeater, so this will allow you to extend your wireless coverage. And the setup is very easy. You have to just press repeater setup. Your router will receive the VPS from the access point. Will create a bridge. Will create a new access point station and add all those interfaces to one bridge. So that's how you can just extend your wireless. There's also added background scan. If you need to check what's happening around your wireless device, but you don't want to disconnect your wireless link, now it's possible to scan in the background. So you can still use the wireless device and scan at the background. And this is also supported for the virtual interfaces. Previous it was not possible, but with the wireless repeater package you can create multiple virtual access points and clients. So for example, you can just catch the wireless from hotel, for example, and create your own access point using one wireless device. And you also can do all the features like firewalling, user management, and many more. And also background scan is supported for virtual wireless interfaces. VPS client, it's a wireless protected setup. Now we have added a very simple way how your router can receive security settings from some VPS server. So it will get this security settings and save it to the wireless security profile. Wireless scan features. If you need to see what devices are around your wireless board, wireless device, you can automate stuff and scan and save those results to file. This will be saved in CSV format, so you can just add some script and perform the scan with some time intervals, and you can do this automatically. And there's also a scan round setting that you can repeat those scans multiple times. So as it supported with the background scan, you will be able to scan without disconnecting your clients. Scan list step feature. If you want your router to use only some specific frequencies to scan, now you can specify this with just one single line. For example, if you want your station to use 5.5 to 5.7 gigahertz with step 20 megahertz, you can set scan list from 5.5 to 5.7 with call 20 megahertz, and it will automatically create these frequency list that your router will check. If you are using your router as a station and you have some large hall, large area, and your station is moving, now there is support for roaming. So if your station will see the better signal, better quality access point, it will automatically connect it to this access point. And the time intervals between scans becomes shorter when signal becomes worse, and the scans becomes longer when the signal becomes better. We have also made new band. This band excludes B because it's the legacy band. So if you want to disallow your clients to use B band, you can simply choose the new GN band. And the data rates are from 6 to 45, and HT supported is from 0 to 25, and for basic it's none. And there's also a new feature that you can set following settings if you are using Capsman. You can change the indoors, hardware retries, hardware protection mode, frame lifetime, disconnect timeout. So these are quite specific ones, but previously it was not possible to configure these modes if you used the Capsman. And now you can also set the rates if you want to allow your Capsman to use only specific rates. Now it's possible to set. So basically that's it about the wireless. If you will have some suggestions, feature requests, we will be glad to hear them. So if you have some, just come to our table and let us know. Thank you. Okay, and the next presenter will be Mr. Ali. So my colleague will help to find Mr. Ali.